So I came to know that the people, real people who were on top of the world, who were on control of the world, came to, they shifted their control to the United States from England. It is very quite interesting that it was before Napoleon's death. So it was during the colonial period that the American colonies created their own money, their own paper money, and they called their currency the colonial script or the bills of credit. And that money helped them from running their financial affairs in an inflation-free environment in few taxes. The similar to state bank system established by the Napoleon itself. So the system was completely free from the English banks. So exactly the state bank system. So the people who were actually in control didn't actually concentrate on attacking this United States, because they were busy concentrating on how to execute Napoleon or finish the system of state banking in France. They didn't really notice that this was growing in the United States too. And throughout the colonies, sustained stable economic growth and prosperity were achieved, which would not have been possible under a privately run bank system on the usury. The first colony to do so was the Massachusetts in 1691, in Pennsylvania, New York, Delaware, and Maryland. And in 1763, an American statesman, Benjamin Franklin, visited London, where he was shocked to observe slum conditions and where wide prevalence of poverty. When the British Parliament asked Franklin to explain the source of prosperity of American colonies, and he replied as follows. I'm going to read the exact words that I recorded. This is simple. In the colonies, we issue our own money. It is called the colonial script. We issue it in the proportion to the demands of the trade and industry to make the products pass easily from the producers to the consumers. In this manner, creating for ourselves our own money, we control its purchasing power, and we have no interest to pay anyone. And taking these words in mind, England established a strategy where they introduced a new currency bill tied with a law that now the colonies have no right to issue their own money, and they refused to seek a legal tender status for payment of private and public debt. Instead, the bank ordered them to issue bond on interest and sell them to the Bank of England, which in exchange for English money. The establishment of this law made the colonies collapse, and it led to unemployment and poverty. One of the first tasks entrusted to the Second Continental Congress, which convened for the first time on 10th May 1775, was to issue its own currency, largely to finance its war expenditure. A total of nearly $2.5 billion was issued during the currency's existence. Things then slowly started going out of their hands, which led the Bank of England to recruit hundreds of workmen, and soon millions of dollars worth of counterfeit banknotes were rolling off the printing press and being shipped to New York. The continental dollar retained much of its purchasing power during the first 2 years of its issuance, but once the English counterfeited banknotes started to increase in circulations, its value soon fell away, and by 1780, $1 was worth only 2.5 cents. And 10 years later, on 1790, the Bank of England executed another strategy by employing 400 workmen in 17 factories in southern and central part of England to print the assignat, which is the currency used in the revolutionary France. The strategy actually worked so well their national debt was repaid. But massive infusion of counterfeit note was soon caused the assignat to plummet in value, and thereafter there was a brief period of hyperinflation.